Hare Krishna, everyone. Namaskarams to all of you. Namaskarams to the higher in all of you. Namaskarams to the divinity in all of you. Today I'm here to talk about the four brothers of Ramayana, and I want to bring about a new perspective when it comes to the four brothers of Ramayana. And I want to bring about this new perspective based on the adjectives that are used by Valmiki himself to address the four brothers of Ramayana. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, and when it comes to Lakshmana, Shesho Lakshmana Uchyate, and when it comes to Bharata, Bharataha Bhratruvatsalaha, and when it comes to Shatrugnaha, Shatrugno Nitya Shatrugnaha. These are the adjectives that Valmiki has used in his Ramayana to address the four beautiful brothers with beautiful camaraderie amongst themselves. There was never a fight between the four brothers, and the three younger brothers were so affectionate towards Ramachandra Swami, the Paravas Deva himself, that they set an example, and even Tyagaraja Swami has sung in one of his kirtanes, Paluku Paluku Lakutene. The conversations between them were so sweet and so beautiful that it seemed like as if honey is dripping in their conversation. It was so infused with love for each other that Tyagaraja Swami gets overwhelmed and he says, Paluku Paluku Lakutene. So, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma, it needs no further explanation. His Sakshat Dharma, whatever he did is Dharma. So we as Kali Yuga people, who are discussing these things over coffee and tea, how can we be arrogant enough to understand and even to question or point fingers at the lofty standards of the Arya Samaja of Saketapura of Ayodhya in Treta Yuga? These lofty values that they upheld is something that is beyond comprehension in today's time and age. The love between Urmila and Lakshmana was so beautiful that Lakshmana need not even inform that he is going to Vanavasa for 14 years, because Urmila understood that Lakshmana is always Shesha. He is always there to serve the divine couple Rama and Sita, and she was, as a Pativrata Stri, she was always supportive of the sankalpa of her beloved husband. So now coming to Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma, there is not a time where Rama did not upheld Dharma in his entire Charitre. The 14 years is Vanavasa, and then Rama ruled Ayodhya for 33,000 years. Very recently, I see videos where people are shrinking and quoting all fake research and saying Ramayana happened 7,000 years ago, Rama lived only 100 years ago. I'm being very clear, may the masticating teeth of Lord Narsimha and the devouring nails of Lord Narsimha never forgive such people. They are doing a great disgrace to both the Sampradaya and to Bharatavarsha and to Bharatapumi. So I do not want to malign my conversation and talk about the four beautiful brothers of Ramayana by bringing such people into the conversation, but it is something that I really want to acknowledge and emphasize on. So please be careful to whom you are listening to, because otherwise by virtue of Shravana you will become them. So don't not listen to such people. Very clear. So coming back to Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma, he upheld Dharma. I'll give you a very beautiful example. Rama has to come. Rama has accepted the Vanavasa. All the entire pulse of Ayodhya is missing. Everybody, husband doesn't know where the wife is, wife doesn't know where the children are. They are running behind the chariot of Rama. Agnihotris are carrying their Agni and running behind Rama. The cows are cursing the calves that took birth on that day. They are refusing to feed them. The mothers are also cursing the children who are born on the day that Rama had to leave to Ayodhya. So this is the intensity with which the pangs of the people of Ayodhya were felt by Valmiki in his Ramayana. And you can see that even today in Ayodhya. So he comes, then he has to cross the river. We all know that he took help of Guha. And Kamban already says that Lakshmana, he is your second elder brother. And therefore, Lord Lakshmana, who was standing next to Rama and on one side, and of course on the other side is Sita, he moved a little because upon hearing his brother's statement that there's a second elder brother, Shesho Lakshmana Uchyate, Lakshmana Swami moved a little to make space for the second elder brother to come and join. So then they became 4. But here Guha offers fruits and honey and all the beautiful natural edible things from his home to Ramachandra Swami. But lot of people always say lot of different things about this particular incident. But my perspective of looking at this is the following. The moment you accept the Vanavasa Dharma, you're not supposed to eat or drink anything until you cross over and the next day has passed. Until that point in time, you're not supposed to eat anything within the boundary of that country which has asked you to go on Vanavasa for 14 years. So Ramachandra Swami immediately leaves along with Sita and Lakshmana. We will come to that incident as well. But here the emphasis is on Guha, who is the head of Shrungibherapura, and there is no, how do I say, the Kshatriyas of Ayodhya and the Surya Vamsha and then Guha, there's a huge difference in the stature and in those days, in the stature and the social stature. But Ramachandra Swami acknowledges the love with which Guha is offering, and since he is the Vigravahan of Dharma, and what is the Dharma? Dharana Dharma Ityahuhu. What is that Dharane? That is the love for the Lord. That is the only Dharma for each of us individuals in our lives. The only Dharma in each of our lives is to love the Lord, and He loves us back in return. So in order to acknowledge that Guha is giving, he violates the Vanavasa Dharma and he touches those fruits and he says, Guha, by touching these fruits, I have symbolically accepted your Nivedane, your Naivedyam, and please now help me cross the river. The same thing when it comes to Shabari. Again, a lot of different people are telling it very differently, and I think they are doing a grave injustice to the unconditional love that the Lord has towards us. Shabari ate the fruit and gave it to Ramachandra Swami, and Ramachandra Swami receives that. Just as in Krishna Avatara, Vidura's wife gives him, she's so overwhelmed by the love of the Lord that he abandoned all those houses and came to her house and asking, I am hungry, can you feed me something? So in that apex of love that she is experiencing by the Lord, she forgets that she is giving the skin of the fruit and throwing away the fruit. And Krishna is very joyfully having those skin of the fruit. And Vidura comes from outside and sees this, and he is in a pool of tears to see how unconditional the Lord's love is. So therefore, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. So he follows the Dharma. What is that Dharma? Is to love his subjects, and the subject is offering the love and he accepts that love. There is no incident where the Lord gets so overwhelmed and inundated than when a devotee offers his love. That is why he is Bhaktavatsala, he is Vigrahavan Dharma. Now Shesho Lakshmana Uchyate. Lakshmana Swami as you all know, Rama was crying, and in Tulasi Ramayana, uh, they had to come and bring Lakshmana next to him. So he's always used to the Paryanka of Lakshmana when he has to sleep, and that is indicated in Ramavatara. When Rama has had that conversation with Kaikeyi and Dasharatha, he comes and he goes into the Antahpura. There is some conversation that is happening between Rama and Sita, and the whole situation is kind of tense. Lakshmana Swami is waiting outside. The moment they both keep their feet outside, Lakshmana Swami does his Sharanagati and he says, I cannot. So this is wherever you are, I will be. So he holds on to the feet of the Rama, and then he is looking at Mother Sita's eyes and he is saying, please let me come with you. So without mother's presence, Sharanagati is incomplete. So therefore, all of you must know that when you are going to do Sharanagati, you have to first seek the darshan of the mother and then go to the Lord. That is why in Tirumala you have to go to Tiruchanur first and then go to Tirupati, because you will then be conditioned, you will then be tempered by the unconditional grace of Ma Padmavati, and then when you go to Lord Srinivasa, he acknowledges that, hey, he is a devotee, but I am able to smell the beautiful parimala and I am able to see that he is already tempered by my wife Padmavati, so I am bound to give him whatever he is supposed to ask for. So don't make this a 24-hour trip like all the commercial people are doing. When you are going to such Divya Deshams, you have to take your time and you have to take your space, and therefore, so Shesho Lakshmana Uchyate. Now, what is the difference between Lakshmana's devotion and Bharata's devotion? Lakshmana will insist that I want to do your seva and you have to confer me. So there is that insisting by Lakshmana. But whereas Bharata will not insist. Bharata is a complete Bhratru Vatsala, fully Vatsala. So he is fully accepting whatever is the Lord's will. So when Bharata comes to the forest of Chitrakuta to bring Rama back to Ayodhya, there is this beautiful conversation. If you go to the hills of Chitrakuta, you will be able to see the proof of that conversation. It was, as I said, the conversation was so infused, so drenched in love that the stones of Chitrakuta started melting. So you will see the footprint of Ramachandra Swami, you will see the footprint of Bharata where he was standing, and then also Mahalakshmi where she was standing. So you will see those footprints infused into because they were all so overwhelmed by that conversation, the depth of that conversation, where Bharata makes a point, Rama counters the point. When Bharata makes a point, the entire city of Ayodhya is on Bharata's side. But when Rama counters, they all agree that yes, this is how it is actually. So they are all on Rama's side. So this goes back and forth. And finally Rama is seeing that Bharata, I cannot defeat him. So now I have to play my trump card. And so Rama says, as per your will, whatever Bharata, as per your will, I am going to act. So Bharata then becomes alert. He says, this is the reverse of Dasya Bhava. I am Rama's Dasa, and Rama is saying, I will do as per my will. So he takes a step back and he is saying, okay, now I am actually tempering with the Sankalpa of the Lord. So therefore I should not do that. And then he accepts, Rama confers the beautiful Padukes, and he takes those Padukes. That place also is there in the hills of Chitrakuta. All of you must once in a lifetime go and visit all these places. It's not important that you go and visit Michigan Avenue or Fifth Avenue or the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You do all of that, wonderful, but that is life and intellect. But this is the spirit of life within India. So I am saying you travel wherever you want, but you also travel various different places of India. So please do that. So therefore, Bharataha Bhratruvatsalaha. He accepts whatever, he will not insist, he will accept whatever. Therefore, if you were to grade them, we will be coming to the grading aspect as well. So now, finally, Shatrugnaha, Nitya Shatrugnaha. Why is Shatrugna called Nitya Shatrugna? It is because in the Ramasabhe of Ayodhya, once he was Pattabhishekta and then Vame Bhumisita. So he had Ma Sita on his left lap, and he is sitting on the throne of the Sun dynasty, the Ikshvaku Vamsha Kulatilaka, and the thunderbolt on his left side in the form of Ma Sita. There was not a pair of eyes in that court of Ramachandra Swami that could take away the beauty of the Lord and the mother sitting next to him and see something else and be a part of something else. But the duty of Shatrugna towards Bharata was so high and so quintessential that Nitya Shatrugna, so he could control his divinity towards the Lord, and he could channel all of that to as his not divinity towards the Lord, his devotion towards the Lord, and channel that devotion towards the Lord's devotee, who is Bharata. So this is why Shatrugna is also called as Nitya Shatrugna. He could control his senses, and though all those senses were getting attracted towards Rama, the Panchabhutas were saying, all the Karmendriya, Gnanendriya were all forced to towards the Lokakanta, who is Lord Ramachandra Swami, and Jaganmate, who is Ma Sita. Everybody is looking at them, but Shatrugna was able to control that and then channel that towards looking at a Lord's devotee, who is Bharata, because he was waiting for Bharata's Agni and eye glances as to what he would want. So this is the 4 adjectives of Valmiki Ramayana, beautifully conveyed by Valmiki Maharshi. So Paravasudeva, greater than Paravasudeva is his devotee, who will always want the Kainkarya. Greater than that is the devotee who will wait for the Lord to tell the Kainkarya, or do only those Kainkaryas that will cause Mukhollasa of the Lord. Greater than these two is that devotee who is serving this devotee of the Lord. And therefore, if I were to grade, Shatrugna first, then Bharata, then Lakshmana, then Ramachandra Swami. So always remember that when you are doing the Kainkarya, when you are going to a temple or any Divya Deshams or any Punya Kshetra, go with the Sankalpa that may the Lord of that place give you some Kainkarya in such a way that it will please him. So if somebody hits you in a temple, let us for example say somebody hits you in a temple or somebody scolds you in a temple, that is also Kainkarya, because you are in that space. Or if somebody else is doing something in a wrong fashion, it is not your duty at all. Please remember this. Anyakshetre kritam papam punyakshetre pranashyati, punyakshetre kritam papam vajralepo bhavishyati. So therefore, do not correct anyone. You're going there as a you're praying to go there, and once you have gone there, you have no rights. There is the residing Lord in that kshetra. So he is going to take care of everybody. If somebody hits you, it is Lord's prasadam. Somebody calls you and gives you a prasadam, it is prasadam. Because I have noticed people will like only when things happen according to their ego. It is not so. Even when somebody hits you, when somebody gives you prasadam, somebody doesn't give you prasadam, or the prasadam is over for that day, it is all as per Lord's will. He is causing you that viraha, and then he is going to bring that sarasa. So therefore, accept everything at a temple as Lord's prasadam, and remember these 4 adjectives, and visit all the beautiful places of Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanam. Radhe Krishna.